hope you like the show. Wow, yeah.
Ooh, welcome back to another episode of Sweet Gravy. I would like to thank myself for being here.
You're funny. Remember that one day when that fly tried to crawl behind my head?
Yeah, I remember. It was right at you. What about it?
Nothing. Just thinking about it.
You had a similar occurrence today you told me about.
Yeah, I went to this place in our town, and it's one of the few places that sell whole lobsters here. Like, whole lobsters in Portland. It's one of the few places you can get into.
You can get tails a lot of places. You can get pieces.
You can get lobster rolls.
Mac and cheese, lobster rolls.
Everywhere, right.
But there's only about like 12 places you can get a steamed lobster.
I don't even think it's that many, Kirk.
You don't think so?
I was trying to go to all of them.
Lobster Co., Boone's.
Boone's, yeah, but they're expensive.
Just because they're expensive, they're still there.
Yeah, they're there, but those places. So, okay, let me rephrase that. There's only a few places that you can actually get into. There are more places that I don't even try to go to because either they're impossible to get into or they're extremely expensive. And it's like, if you can go down the street and pay $20 for a whole lobster dinner, like I'm not gonna go pay $50 for it when I know right down the street. So the only thing that comes with that is that you sitting in this like hole in the wall place and there's bugs in there.
And there were bugs in there.
Yeah.
And the bugs are heavy. They're having their last hurrah because it's about to be super cold.
Yeah. So
we're hitting the 50s right now.
Right.
And so the creatures are coming out. They're doing their last little duties before they die.
Pretty much. So yeah, it was a bee in a window the whole time I was sitting there eating lunch, and the entire time I was eating lunch, I was just staring at the bee the whole time.
Right.
Making sure it didn't fly towards me.
Right.
You know how miserable that is?
Miserable looking at a bee, making sure it doesn't come attack me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and I'm trying to like just enjoy a lunch and get out of there. Yeah. So
you got soup?
I got the chowder. I was gonna maybe get a lobster.
Is chowder a soup, or is it a chowder? It's
a soup. It's a chowder.
Because
it's all soup.
It's cream based, so it's
potatoes.
A chowder. What makes a chowder a chowder?
Potatoes.
Oh yeah. But stew has potatoes.
Yeah.
Is stew a chowder?
No.
Okay.
And the potatoes are done a little bit differently, typically. Like with the chowders that we're getting, they're just cutting them potatoes, throwing it all in there. Typically, a stew is actually stewed.
Right.
It takes a while. The process is different. So, but yeah. So I had that. I was gonna get something else. I was gonna get a full lobster maybe, and it was too much going on. Like, don't get me wrong, I love living in a city where we have tourism and like all these cool places, but sometimes like, man, tourists be so mean to people. They don't understand. They're just mean in general. Like,
well, they're on vacation.
I get it. I understand that, but you still realize you're going to a busy place. Like, even when you book for Maine on like the hotel, like for hotels and stuff, they have little taglines like, Maine is the number one spot, like one of the number one spots for tourists and people who vacation. So, yeah, I don't know. But I feel like even if you are on vacation, me and you don't go on vacation and be rude.
Yeah, I think that's typical. Yeah, we don't be rude. Although when we were in New York and they told us that they weren't gonna make your sister any chicken tenders.
Yeah.
I tell them, well, you don't fry anything, and then they did do the chicken tenders.
Right.
That was kind of a rude thing for me to do, because they said no, we're not gonna do chicken tenders, and then I said something about the chicken tenders, and then they did them.
Yeah, you were being a bad
bad man.
Yeah.
A bad man in New York.
Yeah, you're being a bad customer.
Right.
Because if you walk into a breakfast spot and say, hey, we want lunch. We don't care you sell breakfast right now. Give us the lunch.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
But it was like a little like diner type thing. They should be kind of and it was breakfasty dinner. What was it, like 2-4 in the morning? I don't know. I was super tired because before I went there, I worked I worked a 10-hour day before I left.
Yeah.
Like I had to leave they made me show up so early for the job that I had at the time.
Yeah.
Just so I could leave in time for my flight. Then I had to fly. Then
Well,
we
you
got
did
there.
the same thing when you went to Texas. You worked a bunch and then
Yeah.
came there.
Yeah, that's
tough.
my MO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Working.
Work, and then vacation real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for that first day, that first couple hours, you get to that hotel room and they got the nice beds and all that. It's
you
like,
get the nice
oh
bed,
man,
yeah.
I had to take a shower because the shower's nice too.
Well, you know, whenever I went to Las Vegas, immediately whenever I got to the hotel, I took a shower. I just had to get that travel off of you, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you just
absolutely.
you got to get that travel off of you because there's pieces of you that don't feel clean. You know, it's not like all the pieces. There's just certain parts that you don't feel clean after you've been sitting in that airport.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just the walking around. It's just everything that comes
Right.
with it. But then it's a nice shower typically.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had a nice shower or not.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
No, it was you know, we stayed at the Link, LINQ, and there's a on like all the brochures and everything that are in the room, it says, "Oh, if you like your stay, you know, Instagram it #Link style." And like above the TV was like a water stain, and the paint was like peeling. And I wanted to take a picture of it and say
Links?
#Link style. And then there's a soft spot in the shower, like right above where the vent should have been. There's a mystery switch, which means that there should have been a vent in the thing, but there was no, you know, fan going. They
Yeah.
call it a fart fan, some people, and it didn't work. And I was about to take a picture of that soft spot. You know, it was like kind of bubbled up. Oh man, it was about to explode anytime we were there. #Link style.
Do you think that you're more critical of those things because you can
Because I
fix-
worked in a hotel for a year?
because you worked in a hotel? No, because even if you didn't work in a hotel, those things you would naturally notice. It's because it's kind of what you're good at.
I think that the hotel brought out a lot of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, when it comes to like room stuff, just like noticing things like, yeah, you kind of see it and you're like, oh well, and then you just tick 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 tick, and then you're like, this is atrocious. I can't believe we're staying here. You're not satisfied with any hotel room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a difficult one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I go into restaurants and I cook, and some places I'm impressed by.
Right.
I mean, most places I'm just like, this could be better, this could be better.
Right.
But I mean, I know that's
You're
like
the type of
imperfect world.
person that peers into the wall of a kitchen, and if the walls are a little bit too, you peer around the corner, and if the walls are a little too yellow, you're like, they don't clean right.
Well, it's every little thing.
You're like,
Man, it's been a couple of jobs that I wanted to work at, and I'm like, they want to pay me good money and all that, and it's just like they don't clean in here.
right.
I can't be in this. Like, you don't want to cook food in this like piles and piles of grease stacked up everywhere. Like that shit is gross.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've definitely turned down jobs because their kitchen was dirty. So
They might pay a lot, but you might be on the bar rescue one day, and then John Taffer gonna talk to you.
I mean, I think that my biggest problem about that whole situation is I am not cleaning someone else's mess. So if your kitchen looked like this forever before I got here, don't be like, hey, we doing cleaning day.
So you perpetuate the problem.
What you mean?
You perpetuate it.
I clean up my mess.
Uh-huh.
Wherever I go, I make sure whatever I use, I clean down my mess. Anytime I'm making sure like my stuff is swept, wiped down properly, grills are cleaned properly. Whenever we have to do that, like we make sure that stuff is done. But like, I'm not cleaning a mess that was there years before I got there.
Okay.
Like a bar rescue type thing. He like clean it up. I quit.
You quit?
Oh, absolutely.
No, he can't quit.
Oh, absolutely.
He's there to rescue you.
And I'm supposed to scrape off grease that's been on there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've been here 1 year.
Yeah.
Nope, not happening.
Well, you're
absolutely not.
You're 1/10 of the problem.
No, I'm not.
If it's been there 10 years and you were there 1 year, you're 1/10
Kirk,
of it.
I'm telling you, I'm not about to do
That's
that.
10%,
Like, that,
Carmen.
and listen, and that's the reason why if a kitchen is dirty like that, I don't take the job because we not having no cleaning days.
Right.
I'm not participating.
Right.
It's like the job that I'm at right now. When I got there, I was like, oh, I'm not used to this. Like, And that's because the kitchen before that was brand new. They had only been open for a year, so everything was still brand new equipment.
Still new.
Yeah, brand new though.
The screws weren't rusted yet.
Nothing. Everything
Right.
was perfect. No grease buildup. No nothing. So once you get used to that, and then you go somewhere else, you're like, oh, y'all dirty, but like they're really not that dirty.
Right.
It's just I came from a brand new spot, and it's like, man, this brand new equipment is perfect to work with.
Uh-huh.
I don't have to clean it much. Just
That's
wipe
right.
it down and go.
Just wipe it down, keep it walking.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, I think I've my week has been very weird. I keep getting Charlie horses in my legs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm getting them.
You got to eat some bananas.
That's what you said.
You got to get that potassium in you.
Is that what it is though?
That's what some people say, sure.
Potassium is part of that?
Sure.
Like the muscle cramps and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get your vitamins.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go get some for sure.
You said you're going to get some lady vitamins. Is what you specifically said. I'm going to go get some lady vitamins.
Well, they sell ladies multivitamins.
Okay.
And they have everything.
No, I understand that. It's just
Yeah.
funny the way you say it.
Oh, like I got to go get some lady multivitamins.
Yeah, I got to get some lady multivitamins. It's like
That's what they say on there.
It's like I knew a girl. She would always say female. She'd be like, "I'm a female," and like instead of saying a woman, she'd be like, "I'm a female."
They use that
So
word in
funny.
Detroit a lot.
Females.
Yeah, they would tell a boy like, "You acting like a female."
That's weird. That's weird. Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
know.
It's a thing that degrades women.
There's a Beat Street, King of the Beat. See him rocking that beat from across the street. Ha 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 ha. Beat Street is a lesson. You know, Beat Street is a lesson too because you can't let the streets beat you. In the movie Beat Street, right?
Yeah.
In the movie Beat Street, the little brother wants to go see the brother's a DJ. You know, and then the little brother is a b-boy. He's a break dancer, and he was like, "I want to go to the show with you," and he's like, "You can't go. You're too young." He's like, "Come on, let me go." And then he's like, "What if I bring home a female?" Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. Why do I think it's popular? I think it's something to a little bit to degrade women. It's like saying like that's a female. Like it makes it sound like she weak, like weaker.
Female.
Than,
I kind of think that the word female is actually stronger than male because it's longer.
well, they're not using it in that context. It depends on the context it's used in.
But don't you think like a strong word is a big word?
No,
No.
nothing with femme in it is a strong word.
No?
It's just not like.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, girls are more delicate. It just is what it is. And that's how guys in Detroit describe women. They're like, yeah, that's a female. Or they calling the boys the females too if they, what is it? If you like get beat up in a neighborhood or something, they might tell you that.
Right.
Because you got beat up.
You got beat up.
Yeah, so that's funny. But since we're talking about that, this is a perfect transition over into that Fresh and Fit podcast I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my thing. So there is,
What is it?
I'm about to explain.
Okay.
There is this podcast called Fresh and Fit. You hear the name and you think it's about maybe healthy stuff or
Right.
anything like that, but it's named that because the guys are saying that they are fresh and fit.
Because the men are fresh and fit.
Yeah, the two men
He's like,
that
I'm
have,
fresh and I'm
fit.
Right.
and that's
And
what we're gonna
this
call
is
the
a Fresh
podcast.
and Fit
Podcast.
Right.
Isn't that so crazy?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So I think it's funny.
So you think
just
that
shows you, like,
you're
where
gonna
they're-
watch like a health thing or like a culinary
Yeah,
thing.
and it's like no, these are just these
guys.
guys with all this ego. Like we fresh and fit, so that's what we calling it. And on the podcast, they pretty much just bring women on this podcast and tear them to shreds. Like a lot of the stuff they say, yeah, is true, but like it's kind of like true without like any empathy or any of that stuff included. Like they'll talk about how like women, they can something like, I don't know, it's always stuff about like women wanting basketball players and stuff like that to like get money from him. And then the women will feed into it because most of them are like some of them are porn stars, things like that.
Right.
So he bring those women on there and pretty much tear them down. And he's like, oh, so you looking for a baller right now? Well, why can't you make your own money? And why? And I'm so baffled as to how this podcast has so many views and no one is like, hey, this is not like,
Because it's a podcast.
Yeah.
People can choose to watch it. It's not being
That's
put in your
true.
face. There's nobody to talk to about getting it. Okay, go back to the Dave Chappelle, right? The Netflix man, the CEO of Netflix, he's saying that apparently like the staff were about to walk out or something because they want to take it down. They've had enough of it. And he's like, I made a big mistake about what should be presented and all this stuff. But there's somebody that they can point and say, you need to stop this. With a podcast, all they can do is like comments,
Yeah.
reviews.
I guess nobody can
But
really.
But if people, first of all, you're watching a podcast, if it's an hour or something, you're not going to watch it unless you're interested in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, that's very true.
it takes their demographic, and those are the people that like it. Those are their fans, so they're not going to complain.
Yeah.
Because the people that would complain, they're going to watch something else.
I know. I just listened
They're
to
gonna
it,
watch
and I'm
the
like, this
podcast.
is wild that this is like
Right.
on YouTube, and
Right.
these guys talking. You would think that, because I feel like everything you said is true, but I feel like if a lot of people like was outraged by it, it would be a different story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe, like you said, the demographic that's watching it are their fans, so that no one's complaining about it. But I'm
Right.
like, I'm just baffled at the things they say on there. I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. But I guess it's been no podcast really canceled, right?
How are you going to cancel them?
You can't.
Right. People make it and they put it out themselves.
Can't YouTube take stuff off though?
Yeah, you can take
Yeah.
stuff off of YouTube. Sure. They can be like, if it's like in the, mainly due to like copyright. I don't know if they're doing like hate speech stuff yet.
Yeah.
Because I know that there was like a bunch of stuff that was going on that they would keep onto the YouTube, but I think that they would take out some stuff. But I don't think that. I think a lot of the YouTube stuff is copyright stuff that they'll take out. I don't know if they've, because you still do have the freedom of speech, right?
A little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of freedom of speech.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like everybody can be canceled. They're gonna cancel Dave Chappelle next. I'm telling you. They on him too hard right now.
I don't know. Do you remember when Dave Chappelle didn't do a special for like 10 years? He'll be okay. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
he'll
you
be
got,
living in his farm in Ohio, doing shows.
Dave
whenever he
Chappelle
wants
don't
to.
have to work no more, do nothing
Right.
else.
Yeah.
Like, and he's
He'll
just
be
fine.
all right.
But I think he's addicted to the fame and the power and the
Sure.
stuff that comes
and the
with that, too.
controversy.
Yeah,
He's like, I say something and all these people get riled up.
yeah,
They're like, why did they do that? I don't know. But he does know
yeah.
because he said him.
He knows. Yeah, of course he knows.
Right.
He's crazy. So you want to talk about this video game?
Well, there's a movie coming out, Uncharted, based off of one of like the top-selling PlayStation games ever, the series ever made, Uncharted.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, it's the name of the game, name of the future movie. There's like there's like 6 games. There's 4 for, the consoles, 5 for the consoles. One was a spin-off, but most of the main 4 games, they got Nathan Drake on it, I believe his name is. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. They've got Spider-Man from the movies. He's going to be playing the Drake man, and then Marky Mark's going to be in there playing Sully, which is weird because in the video game, the main character is a little bit older, and so is Sully. So now they have like a young kid playing, the guy. So then Marky Mark, he's like the old guy, but he's still kind of young. Like he's playing the old guy, but he's not quite old enough. So they had to get a guy that was young enough. Otherwise, they'd just be like buddies. But one's like supposed to be like a mentor of the other.
Yeah.
It's good. It's interesting. The trailer looks cool because it's like they took stuff out of the game and like put it on TV. Like typically, whenever you watch like a video game like adaptation of something, it's like they might take like an element, but they're actually like taking like these like really cool scenes. The thing about the Uncharted series is there's a lot of like acrobatic stuff. You have to like climb things, and it's really cinematic the way that you play the game. And they put that into the movie from what you see. And it looks cool. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like the Pokemon series did a good job. I mean, not
Oh,
the series,
man.
but the movie
It
did a good
make me
job.
cry. Detective Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it was his father all along. Oh, spoiler alert! Oh, it was his father all along.
Everybody didn't seen it. Who need to be seen? Who gonna see it?
You walk in, I'm watching that Detective Pikachu movie, and you're like, "What? Why are you crying?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! And then they had Psyduck, you know, and if he gets too agitated, he's gonna explode. They're like Psy-yi, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, I loved it. I love Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good
Okay.
movie. I'm not gonna say it wasn't a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know. I don't know why you was crying.
Because it was sad.
It was sad, but
only-
it's just like, what is happening? Like, I don't know what's going on.
It was so sad. Yeah.
like, why is that his dad showing up at the end? His dad didn't even really hug him at the end. Like,
he was
didn't show
like,
no
"There you go,
affection.
son."
Like, oh yeah, hey, I haven't saw you in however many years, but
Right.
just
Yeah.
you're my son. And he's like, Dad, I want to stay with you.
Uh-huh.
It's like, okay.
Okay.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
can you imagine? What the?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they're not gonna be doing any fucking team building.
Yeah. The thing is, what happens in the sequel? How do you make another detective? Oh, Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds.
he lives
is,
with his dad.
Ryan Reynolds is back in a Pikachu again, like that, because that's the explanation of why he could understand. Because nobody can understand a Pokemon because they can't speak. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
But-
it was.
Excited for it. We watched the new Ryan Reynolds movie, his newest flick, Free Guy.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about that movie?
Um.
He's a video game character.
Mm-hmm. It was very odd.
Mm-hmm.
So
It was
he,
odd because they're like living in like a Grand Theft Auto.
yeah, he lives in a video game,
Right.
and people are from the outside are playing the
Playing the game,
characters,
yeah.
but he's actually alive in a video game, and then he starts to think for himself, and
Yeah.
then start doing things in the video game that technically couldn't be done.
He couldn't do, yeah. But
yeah,
because he's in the software, he could do it.
right. He
Yeah.
actually lives and exists in the software.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a freaky concept.
I as we were watching it, I was wondering at what moment is Carmen just gonna be done with it? Because me as a guy who likes to play
Well, I
video games,
kept on blanking. I was looking at my phone. I was just like,
I was like, because it's the concept is cool, and it was nice to watch for like the first hour. And then after that, like you get used to the concept, and then they kind of take it into a way that, not really like that appealing to me, you know. And I was like, but the first hour was good. But ultimately, as you did, what did you do? Phoned up. You put
Is
the
that-
phones
oh,
up,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I couldn't.
Two
I
phones
couldn't,
up, I think, on that one, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was just like, this is just. I can't watch stuff like this. It's just too. It's just too weird. It's just a weird concept. I guess it's cool and weird at the same time. But that's just not the type of stuff that I go for when I'm watching shows.
Right.
But I like that Succession and Curb is coming on today.
Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
It'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow.
What?
When this goes out, it'll be tomorrow.
Oh shit. Okay, well, Curb is coming on today.
Right. Tomorrow. New shows on HBO come out on Sundays.
Okay, gotcha.
There you go.
All right. Well, I'm excited for that because I don't know. The last one, I was just like, I
You
don't
didn't
know.
you didn't like the last season until maybe about like episode 5. I
Yeah.
think you started because every week you'd be like, I don't know.
It's
episode-
because it was different from the last time he took a break.
Right.
It felt rushed.
Yeah.
The concept felt really rushed. Like
He-
it felt like they were like going after the jokes when like before it felt like it was just him being his natural annoying self.
Right. It was put together a little bit differently. Just the way
Right.
that it was filmed, it looked weird. It was different in a Curb Your Enthusiasm sense. That like just the way that it was put together. Typically, they're
And they were just like swinging for the fences on the jokes. They were just like, hey, like looking for him. It didn't feel natural. It looked like they were going out of their way. Like
yeah.
it made him look like I'm going out of my way to be rude. And it's kind of funny. I don't know, just kind of it threw me off. But then it got better as it went on.
Right.
Yeah.
And that last episode, oh, it's so good. I loved it. Sean Penn, I loved it. I loved the last episode.
It looked like he was a little bit rusty in the first episodes, and then he started to settle into his normal Larry David self
Right.
and like the character as like a couple
Yeah.
episodes went on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was
So-
great.
But yeah, that's coming back on, so I'm excited. Succession is on right now, but we are still watching the old episode, the old season.
We decided because it did take so long, we were going to watch the second season before we start the third.
Mm-hmm.
So once we wrap that up, we'll start watching the second season.
Yeah.
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 Which hopefully, this was like the math behind it. Hopefully, by the time we get done with the second season, we'll have some episodes of the third to watch. Just to kind of get right to it.
No,
Because
I like
there's-
the idea.
yeah.
I mean,
There's just watching it again. Oh man, that's great.
can't wait to watch the
Yeah.
actual season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. See, I can sit
Man,
there and watch
Tom,
that with
Tom
you.
is my man. I tell you.
Tom is
I
horrible
love
on
him.
Succession.
He's so good. The
what-
doofus brother?
Yeah.
The doofus brother-in-law? Sorry. But they're not even married yet. Ugh.
No, and one of the things that's so funny in this in the second season is so they're not married yet, but his fiance,
Right.
her family is the rich family that got all the stuff, and he just her idiot boyfriend that's
Which
trying to like
he
get,
probably comes from a wealthy family, but
Right,
he's not,
but
as,
not as
wealthy
wealthy
as
as-
a family that owns a media outlet.
or a
Yeah.
media empire.
Empire,
you would say.
yeah.
Yeah, so he don't come from the same type
Right.
of family she come from. She got the money.
Yeah.
And then obviously her dad is like, hey, even though he's playing around with her, he like, oh, I'm gonna offer you the company.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells him like, hey, my dad's gonna offer me the company, and he's like, oh, I thought we were working on this for me.
Yeah, he's like, I
Like,
thought
why
I
would
was gonna
her
be the
dad?
guy.
Why would her dad give her fiance
That's
his
the
company?
disillusionment of people. Why do they all? That's the whole thing of the show. Why do all the people think that they're going to be the next person? Because that's just the way people think.
It would go to his kids, not
Uh-huh.
y'all.
Yeah, but even the people,
That's his last name on the
even the
line.
people working for the company are trying to get that
are
position.
pining after
Yeah.
this position.
It's
Like,
the whole
I've
thing.
worked for him for years, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be next in line. And it's like, why would he put anybody else in line?
Right.
If anything, he'd give it to the wife or whoever he's
Right.
with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's silly. That's the whole thing, though.
Yeah,
It's Succession. It's what comes next.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
it is really good.
Yeah.
That's super funny. So we got out and we went to a Halloween store.
Yeah, we went to a Halloween store. How was that for you?
Um,
We go there. There's two kids working the front door, right?
mhm.
And
They're like, hi. So
Hi.
you walk in like, shh, okay.
And-
like, Jesus.
and they're like, "Welcome to Spirit." The Halloween's. It says Halloween Spirit all over the outside,
Mhm.
but then in all the products and stuff, it just says Spirit, Carmen.
Mhm.
All it says is Spirit. So is
Well,
the
you
store
gotta put Halloween out there, and so people know.
Is there a Christmas spirit?
Maybe.
Maybe, but these people were helping this woman like tried on the outfit like right there, like in the store, like in the entryway to the store. And
Yeah.
she was like trying on this outfit, like what's going on here? And then we're looking for makeup because you got your Halloween party going on.
Yeah, we got a couple little things. I believe we're going to a Halloween party.
Maybe.
Maybe we are, and if we do go, we needed to have face paint for it.
Right.
So might as well grab it. And then I didn't realize until I paid for everything, it's $12.99 for one of those kits.
Uh-huh.
That little flimsy
That
kit
little
was
flimsy
$13.
kit. Uh-huh. Yeah,
and then
that's
I
how they
bought,
get you.
I bought
Because
two
you
of them.
can only sell you one a year, Carmen.
And I bought two of them because I was like, there's not even enough stuff in one kit to do two people. So
Right.
I need to buy two. That's
Uh-huh.
$24.
Yeah.
More than that.
All those
That's $26.
All of those costumes there that you're gonna wear for one night and that would fall apart if you tried to keep wearing them, they're
Right.
like $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got multiple kids, you can like hand me down.
Can't you be Wario again?
Yeah, you just got to do the hand me down. Like, okay, this year you this year this is you, and then you just
Right.
keep handing it down if you have multiple kids.
Uh-huh. Some of
Exact-
that stuff in the Halloween store, they're so cool though.
Some
It
of the
looks so
costumes
cool.
or
Yeah,
some of the
everything in there.
just some of the little toys and
Yeah,
little
the
trinkets
toys
and little
stuff
like
that
things they have.
Like, I was looking at these Dragon Ball Z like bag clips they have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, and they were like in the like, little secret pack you couldn't see inside. But I was like, man, you like chips, and you don't like to twist up the bag. You like to fold it,
Mm-hmm.
so all the air still gets in it. I was like, maybe if I get one of these bag clips, she'll use those so the chips stay fresh.
What, from the Halloween store?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought that you had a bag clip here.
No, I don't have a bag clip.
Thought we had at least one of them that you used
No,
before.
we use it for the toothpaste, but that's like a binder
No,
clip.
not that one. I thought we had for whatever reason. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, we probably need that. I mean, I haven't figured. I don't know how to close the bag.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried different ways of how to close. Like if I open up a bag of tortilla chips
Right.
and I only take a few out, it's too many in there to fold it back up. So I don't know what to do. So I'm just like, man, I don't like.
So you just like gingerly like fold it once and then just lay it on top.
I think when my household, they would
There
just,
are probably too many people for
they
the
just put
chips
it in
to last.
they just put it in the bag.
Right.
No, everybody liked different stuff, so it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
different. Like I wasn't into snacks, so I didn't have that issue growing up as
Right.
far as like, oh, like I'm gonna eat these snacks. Everybody's gonna eat them. They're gonna be gone. Like
Right.
it wasn't like that.
Cool.
No, chips wasn't just gone. It was like my mom and dad was like much too good for children.
Uh-huh.
It was like this is y'all snacks and this is our snacks.
our
We don't
snacks.
get no chips, no $4 bag of tortilla chips when we're young.
Not for the little kid, Johnson.
No, you go get the 89-cent Lunchable, the taco Lunchable that got the chips in it. That's what you.
So gross.
that was the chips we had. I don't remember ever having that type of stuff in my household. So yeah, I don't know how to
That's
fold the bag
probably
up.
why you like the small chips, because you had Lunchable chips your whole life.
Yeah,
Because you take like regular chips and then you break them
yeah.
and turn them into 4 chips.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
They're too large.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always do that. But yeah, that would have been cool. They had a lot of cool stuff in the Halloween store. And then when we and people were everywhere, like they had this little spider in there that lit up and like came out at you, and the girl was just like stepping on top of it, like move. It's like, girl, can you not destroy their stuff?
Right.
She wanted it to move, so she was just stepping on the top of the head.
Uh-huh.
And then we went to pay, and they were giving us change back, like
They
coins.
didn't have enough ones
They
in
didn't
the
have
register.
Yeah.
So they were giving out change. And you said, I didn't see it because I didn't pay, and, you know, but you were watching the guy ahead, and
Yeah.
he got a handful of change.
He
you
got
said?
she probably gave him like $2.50 and change.
Uh-huh.
And he looked at her like he don't know what to say. He just looked like, because when she put it in his hand almost fell. It was so
Right,
heavy.
right.
She
She's
was
like,
like,
bam. There's 10 pounds of change.
yeah, and he was like,
And
yeah,
nobody wants change. Like,
No.
nobody wants it.
literally, I have to go to Hannaford or go to the grocery store or find a bank to go cash it in because my bag is too heavy.
Right.
It's a headache.
Yeah. And then you lose, what, 6%?
Mm-hmm.
So then whenever you went up there, the total was like 32.02. And you said, don't worry, I got 2 pennies.
Oh my God, I'm so
You said, don't worry, I got 2 pennies. And she was like, okay. And then you give her the 2 pennies so you don't have to get any change. And then she gives you change anyway.
She give me $1 and change plus the 3 cent from the nickel I gave her. It was like, okay, like why don't you say, girl, I'm gonna give you change
Yeah,
back
you're going to get change
anyway?
anyway. Yeah.
Because now you just gave me more change
More
back.
change. That's so funny.
I know, and now it's just sitting in my bag with the rest of the change.
the rest
It's
of the
just,
change.
I have to, even when I put it like in our change box,
Uh-huh.
it starts to fill up.
Yeah.
Then you have to empty it at some point.
Yeah.
So
Got to empty it.
yeah, I know. No one likes change. It's annoying.
Down with change.
Mm-hmm.
Switch the card. Then you won't get the change.
Yeah. No more Halloween store this year.
Not this year.
No,
We're done
that's
with it.
And then I don't have to be Pugsley for class.
No.
So that's nice, I guess, because I
Uh-huh.
didn't want to do that. I was already like, I'm about to make this look different. I'm going to put face paint on.
Right.
I'm not about to walk
But
in
now you
like,
don't have to be Pugsley at all.
right.
Right.
Like, why do y'all want me to be that? And I'm looking at the boy in the group, and I'm like, you look more like Pugsley than I do. Like, why am I the one picked for that? And he was like, well, I'm Uncle Fester. You want to be him? And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll take
You look like you. Is he the bald man?
Mm-hmm.
You look like you'd be a good Uncle
Yeah,
Fester.
right.
Sure. They'd have to get you, especially if your hair's done. They'd have to get you a bald cap that would be like so big.
They were all planning it out until they ran into that $500 budget and realized, you're not gonna be able to get all those things.
Your class didn't have enough money for the party. That's funny.
Well, we got about altogether about $600, and it's about making it stretch. And I don't think they knew how to do that.
Right.
Because they just went online and was like, we'll get this off the line, we'll pay for this offline. And it's like, maybe take that money and go. Like, I don't know if going to a Halloween store would have been better either. But
Probably not.
yeah, you got to go Walmart. You got to find the $5 place.
Five Below.
The Five Below place where you can get like cheap stuff like that. Something, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So no Pugsley for me. I'm pretty excited about that.
Congratulations.
Because I almost played myself about
Almost.
that costume.
Almost played yourself, got the costume. But we'll get updated on what happens at that party next week.
Yeah. Are you going to come through for one of the days?
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And speaking of clothing, you are into this whole White Castle phase that's going on right now.
Oh, well, it's...
Which you actually could wear for the Halloween party.
Why?
Because that's a costume.
Well, White Castle's not a costume, Carmen. It's a way of life. So, yeah. White Castle, it's their 100-year anniversary. So they've been... stuff has been coming out all over the outlets with White Castle. Like, just different different name brand clothes. Now, DGK, Dirty Ghetto Kids. They came out with an entire line of White Castle stuff. You know, I got the White Castle Pumas. If I were to get, they got belts, they got hats, they got a jacket, they got the whole thing.
Are they allowed to do that?
They're licensed, yeah.
That's crazy. So they're just able to sell White Castle merchandise? That's cool, I guess.
All right.
The Dirty Ghetto Kids and the fucking White Castle.
They love the White Castle, yeah.
Yeah. That is
DGK.
I feel like you got the shoes already and you don't need to get nothing else.
Yeah, I guess not, but it would be nice.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that maybe a jacket, but like you can't go jacket, hat, pants, shirt, shoes.
Sure you can.
No, can't do that. That's just too much.
I think you can.
But you don't like the whole matching thing though.
What you call matching, I don't think is matching. You think that wearing the same. I don't like to wear the same color because I feel like I look like Violet Beauregard.
Yeah.
Because she wore that big blue thing and then she looked like a blue person. But matching, I don't mind matching. If something accentuates something else, that's matching. Matching is not wearing the same color.
Yeah, if I wear a black shirt.
Yeah, you wear black everything.
Black everything.
Right.
If I wear gray, I wear gray everything.
Yeah, I don't consider that matching.
But it is matching. Okay. It's the same color.
Okay, I get it.
You're funny. All right, is that it? All right, well, thanks for watching another episode of Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.